So, how did you find out about the Wellness Way originally?
Well, it was through a friend, and I was experiencing a lot of arthritis pain. I had a very painful shoulder that had been troubling me for a long time, and I had had two procedures, medical procedures done on it that did not help that much, and it was just really miserable. And the last appointment I had with my orthopedic doctor, whom I really like, but the only thing he had left to offer was a shoulder replacement surgery. And I wasn't really ready for that. And I decided I've got to try something else before I do that. And so a friend of mine introduced me to the Wellness Way. I went to a lecture and I thought, well, that's interesting. I think maybe I'll look into it. I did. I got on board with it, and I did some testing, of course, to begin with. The first was of food allergies, and I was one mad lady for a long time because a lot of the things that I had been used to were no longer good for me. And I knew that they weren't, according to the testing, but it just really upset me. And I thought, for instance, how could an avocado be bad? We all know avocados are good. Why can't I have an avocado? Well, and then I had to get tough with myself and say, quit whining. If just not having these things will improve, then what is the big deal? I didn't want drugs. I didn't want other things that just mask the symptoms. I was looking for a reason to get better, a way to get better. And so I had to have a talk with myself and say, just suck it up and do it, which I did. And it wasn't too awfully long. At first I was skeptical, and I thought, I remember especially in the morning, my morning routine, one of the things that I couldn't have was coffee. The other thing was yeast, and there was a lot more than that. My morning routine was 3 or 4 cups of coffee with my toast in the morning. That's what I did. And I was kind of walking around bumping into walls thinking, well, what am I supposed to do, So I finally adjusted to that and got on the way with it. And once I got into a rhythm of it, it got a little easier as time went on. And then within a few weeks, I began to notice some real improvements in my health. The first thing that I noticed was I no longer had food cravings, which I had had all my life, and that was pretty exciting. And I also realized that I wasn't having quite the pain that I had before, and that was very exciting, and so that encouraged me to keep going. I continued on my way and put up with all of those things that I was deprived of, but realizing that there was something to this, and I really got on board with it. And then I began to notice dramatic weight loss along the way, and I wasn't doing anything except leaving off the foods that I was not supposed to have. And so that wasn't my reason for beginning. It was the pain thing. So that was a wonderful side effect, which I really appreciate. And so then I think I started out with 18 food things that I was not supposed to have. A year later, I retested, and I thought, okay, this is going to be good. I'm going to get more back. Wrong. I had then 32 things I could not have. Some I got back, but added new ones to it. And I thought, oh boy, I'm going downhill. This is not good. But I was reassured and encouraged that sometimes that happens as your body heals. Other things show up that you need to pay attention to. I had other testing done too, and was going along with all of that, and continued to have good results. And so that was a very good thing until about 6 months ago, when I just kind of hit a plateau where I couldn't see any changes happening, and I was discouraged. I was really frustrated. My cooking was frustrating because it was limited, and I hated explaining to people if I was going over to their place, to eat, or going out to eat. I'm sorry, I can't have that, and I just wouldn't go unless I absolutely had to. Then it came up again for testing, and I tested again and was scared to death. Now I only have 8 things that I'm not supposed to have. And I have journeyed a long ways in this year and a half, approximately. Along the way, many good things have happened, and I'm willing to stick with it because it has been very, very much worthwhile. I got my coffee back, and now I know that I don't like coffee. I really like the hot cream that I was having with my coffee. And I've tried it every way, and the organic and everything, and I just don't like coffee anymore. So, okay, that's fine. And it's been quite a journey, and it's been, like I said, very worthwhile. And I would disagree with the medical model. We certainly are glad to have that, and we need it, very much we need it. But there's an alternative many times that can keep you from having to have dramatic things done. And it's a really exciting thing to see, and I'm very grateful for that, and I appreciate everything that has happened, and I intend to see it through. I've still got some work to do, but it's all very worthwhile.